Today, I want to share 3 moments from my life. Nothing dramatic, just 3 simple stories that shaped who I became. I grew up in a household where success had a very specific definition. Good grades, stable career, predictable path. My parents weren't controlling, they were loving. They wanted security for me because they had struggled without it. So when I got into university, everyone celebrated. I was doing exactly what I was supposed to do. But 6 months in, something felt wrong. I would sit in lectures, taking notes, memorizing information, and this voice inside me kept asking, why? What is this for? I wasn't learning because I was curious, I was learning because I was supposed to. The difference is everything. I was spending money my family had saved for years, and I couldn't shake the guilt. Not because I was failing, I was getting decent grades. The guilt came from knowing I was there for the wrong reasons. I was following a script written by fear, not by passion. So I made a decision that terrified everyone around me. I left. My parents were devastated. My relatives whispered that I was throwing my life away. My friends couldn't understand why I would walk away from something so many people dream of having. And honestly, I wasn't sure either. I didn't have a grand plan. I just knew I couldn't keep pretending. Life became uncertain very quickly. I moved into a tiny shared apartment. I worked part-time jobs that had nothing to do with any career plan. I delivered food. I worked at a bookstore. I did freelance graphic design for small businesses that couldn't afford real designers. Some weeks I barely made rent. But in that chaos, something unexpected happened. I had time to explore, time to learn things that had no practical purpose but fascinated me anyway. I started taking online courses in photography. I learned about composition, about how light and shadow could tell a story without words. I got obsessed with understanding how films were edited, why certain cuts made you feel tension, why others made you feel peace. I read books about psychology, about persuasion, about how humans make decisions. None of it was part of a plan. I was just following my curiosity wherever it led. 3 years later, I started working with a small marketing agency. They needed someone who could create content that actually connected with people. And suddenly, everything I had learned in those uncertain years became valuable. I understood visual storytelling from photography. I understood pacing and emotion from studying films. I understood human behavior from all those psychology books. I wasn't just another marketer following a template. I had developed a unique perspective that nobody else had because nobody else had taken my strange, winding path. That's when I understood something powerful. You cannot plan for connections you can't yet see. You cannot force your interests to make sense in the moment. The meaning appears later. The scattered dots connect, but only when you look back. So sometimes you must walk without proof, trusting that the path will reveal itself. The detour that looks like failure might be the most important education you ever receive. Trust your curiosity. Trust that your interests matter even when you cannot justify them. The path doesn't need to make logical sense today. It only needs to be genuinely yours. By the time I was 28, I had built something I was proud of. I had co-founded a small digital agency with 2 friends. We weren't huge, but we were growing. We had clients we loved working with. We were creating campaigns that actually moved people. I felt like I had finally figured it out. Success came gradually, then suddenly. We landed a major client, then another. Revenue doubled. We hired more people. We moved into a real office instead of working from coffee shops. I started getting invited to speak at industry events. People wanted to know our secrets. I thought I had arrived. I thought the hard part was over. Then everything collapsed. Not because of the market, not because of money, because of people. My 2 co-founders and I had different visions for where the company should go. The disagreements became arguments, the arguments became resentment, and eventually they made a decision. They wanted to buy me out. I could have fought it, but the energy that would have taken, the bitterness that would have created, I couldn't do it. So I agreed. I walked away from the thing I had built. For months, I felt like I had failed. Friends would ask me about the company, and I'd have to explain that I wasn't part of it anymore. I'd see their social media posts about new projects, new wins, and it hurt. I felt embarrassed. I felt invisible. But something strange happened in that emptiness. Without the pressure of maintaining what I had built, without the need to prove I was successful, I became free to experiment again. I started working on projects I had always wanted to try but never had time for. I created a YouTube channel teaching people about storytelling and marketing, not to make money, just because I wanted to share what I had learned. I wrote articles that had nothing to do with building a business. I collaborated with artists and writers and creators who weren't thinking about profit margins. And without realizing it, I entered the most creative period of my life. The work I was creating was better because I wasn't creating it to impress anyone. I was creating it because I loved the process. One of those YouTube videos went viral. Brands started reaching out, not because I was selling to them, but because they saw I understood something real about how to connect with people. Within a year, I had built something new, something that felt more authentic than anything I had done before. Looking back, being pushed out was the best thing that could have happened to me. It forced me to stop clinging to one definition of success and start exploring what success actually meant to me. Sometimes life removes what you're holding on to so tightly because you need both hands free to build something better. The rejection that humiliates you might be redirecting you towards your real work. The failure that breaks you might be breaking you open. If you truly love what you do, setbacks cannot destroy you. They strip away everything that isn't essential and leave you with the core of why you started in the first place. And that core is unbreakable. So when something is taken from you, don't just mourn the loss. Ask yourself, what remains? What do I still love? What would I do even if no one was watching? That's your compass. That's your truth. Last year, I lost someone close to me. Not suddenly. We knew it was coming. Cancer. The kind that gives you time to say goodbye, but also time to watch someone disappear piece by piece. In the final weeks, I sat with him often, and one day he said something that I haven't been able to stop thinking about. He said, "I spent so many years worrying about what people thought of me. What a waste." He wasn't angry when he said it. He was just honest. At the end, all the things that seemed so important, impressing others, maintaining an image, avoiding judgment, they all dissolved. What remained was simpler. Did I love well? Did I create something meaningful? Did I live as myself? Since then, I've started asking myself a question almost every morning. If today were my last day, would I still choose this life? Would I still choose this work, these relationships, this version of myself? It's not a morbid question, it's a clarifying one. Most of us live as if we have infinite time. We postpone what matters. We stay in jobs that drain us because we tell ourselves we'll switch careers later. We silence our creative impulses because we'll have time for art when we retire. We hold back from telling people we love them because there will always be another chance. But there won't. Not always. Remembering that life is finite doesn't make it darker. It makes it more precious. It strips away the trivial and reveals what's actually important. When you hold mortality in your mind, the fear of looking foolish starts to seem absurd. The need to impress strangers loses its power. The question shifts from what will people think to what do I actually want to create, experience, become. Your time is limited. That's not a threat. It's permission. Permission to stop performing. Permission to quit what's killing you. Permission to choose your own direction, even when it disappoints others. There's a voice inside you that already knows what you want. It's been there the whole time. But we drown it out with practical concerns, with other people's expectations, with the need to be responsible and realistic. We treat our deepest intuitions like childish fantasies instead of wisdom. But your life is not a rehearsal. This is it. These are your actual days, your actual years, and no one else can live them for you. So don't build the life your parents imagined for you. Don't chase the success your culture says you should want. Don't make yourself smaller to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. Build the life that makes you feel awake. Choose work that challenges you. Choose people who see you as you actually are. Choose the risks that terrify and exhilarate you in equal measure. Because when you reach the end, and all of us will, the only real regret is not having lived as yourself. If I could leave you with only this, stay curious. Stay willing to look foolish while learning. Stay brave enough to walk away from what no longer fits. The people who change things are not the ones who follow safe maps. They're the ones who trust their own compass, even when it points somewhere nobody else understands. You already have everything you need. Your interests, your experiences, your strange combination of obsessions, they're not random. They're preparing you for something only you can build.